Hey everyone, I'm Dowd, and we're here at Southwick. We're going to go over some riding tips in the sand. I know the place pretty well. I mean, obviously I got quite a few laps around this track. It's definitely a unique track. I mean, it's sand all the way through. I mean, you know, some other tracks around the circuit, they have sand sections. But here at Southwick, the entire track is sand. Most of the guys throughout the years, they all kind of complain about this place. You know, most of the guys don't like this place because it's so different and it's hard to ride. It's a very physically demanding track, and if you don't find your lines and find your groove, it can beat you up. You know, no matter how good a shape you're in, it can be tough. I mean, I've had good years and I've had bad years here too. So it's really a matter of kind of finding your flow and trying to smooth it out and just keep carrying your momentum and go with it. A few key things about the sand, and especially getting a start in the sand, is you really got to put a little bit more weight a little bit further back on the bike than you would on a regular, you know, say a track with some good traction. As soon as you get out of the gate here, you really got to kind of hang back, and it's really similar thing all around the whole track. But the start itself is pretty important. And the thing with the sand is if you're in mid-pack up here, you almost can't see anything. The sand is so loose and every bike is throwing sand everywhere. So, man, I'll tell you, it's really nice to get a good start here, if anyone. One of the biggest things in sand is you kind of need to always have your weight a little bit farther back on the bike, especially come into these turns. Right now this is kind of smooth and the berm looks good, but that's not going to last long. I mean, that's the thing with the sand, is the track changes so much and so fast. I think one little thing that's kind of key in the sand is to, believe it or not actually go in too hard. I think one little thing that I kind of work on, or maybe I do, you know, pretty well in the sand, is I kind of brake a little bit earlier, but you get on the gas a little sooner as well. It's almost like you slow up earlier and then get on the gas sooner in the berm, instead of just going in and you know, punching into the berm. Because if you get down in there too deep and you kind of stick in the middle of the berm, it's going to rob all your momentum. Even if some of these corners will have 2 or 3 lines at you know, later in the day. Even if you miss one, I think I tend to just keep my momentum going, hop over and try to grab the next line rather than to slow up and stay in that first one. So momentum and keeping your weight back, 2 of the biggest things about riding in the sand. You know, the sand it's an interesting thing. A lot of people don't like it. You know, some people like it. I think it can be one of the most fun kind of tracks there is. If you really get the track dialed in and start flowing, it can be awesome. I mean, I love seeing you know, like some good pictures, berm shots, whatever, where you see the front wheels just kind of plowing the sand and roofs flying everywhere. It's definitely unique. You know, it's different from 90% of the tracks all around the country. That's always the biggest thing for me in the sand, is, you know, looking around, keep your eyes open, and because it gets rough. I mean, there's bumps everywhere, so it's not going to be smooth. But if you can kind of find your flow in between the bumps and just get your rhythm going, I'll tell you what, the sand can be, I love the sand. It can be one of the most fun things if you have a good day in the sand.